Hello, hello. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, wherever it may be for you. How is everyone doing today? Happy Sunday. I see a few people in chat. Hello, hello. How are you today? Hello to Pakistan. Let me start our list. Last stream, we had 5 people from Brazil, 4 people from Egypt, and 4 people from Turkey, 3 from Japan and China. So let's see who shows up the most today. Let's start our list. Also, tell me, what have you been doing today? Have you been studying English? Have you been having fun with family? Hello, hello to Iran on Instagram. Hello. Hello to Malaysia. Hello to Greece. Let me start adding these. We have Pakistan and we have Malaysia, Greece, Iran. Amazing. Well, I have a super busy day today. Hello to Egypt and Mongolia. All right, Algeria. Amazing. I wonder how many different countries we will see today, because last time it was 23 different countries, I think. And the time before that, it was 31 different countries. Crazy. So, Iraq, Brazil, Bangladesh. Amazing. Oh, 2 for Brazil. Your pen and notebook are ready. Love it. Love it. I'm excited for this connections today. So we have another from Brazil, Bangladesh, South Korea, Japan. Apparently, a lot of my audience is from Japan. I learned that recently. A lot of my audience. Brazil. Myanmar. Amazing. And I have Iraq on there. So far we have 3 from Brazil. How are we doing on Instagram? Just Duolingo. So that's what you did today? Amazing. Indonesia. Fantastic. Add Indonesia. Fantastic. Well, I hope you are all ready to learn some new vocabulary today. Also, I want to show off my earrings. My earrings are little geese. 1 goose, 2 geese. They're little geese with a knife, holding a knife. I don't know if you can see. I bought a collection of really cute but funny earrings, and including these. They make me happy. They make me laugh. Oh, another from Algeria. Fantastic. 2 for Algeria. Another for Japan. Amazing. Hello to Turkey. All right. We're going to get started soon. I have, unfortunately, not a ton of time today. So we are going to just get in and get this done. Also, I have an eyelash, I think, in my eye. Another from Egypt. Amazing. 2 from Egypt. Oh, Ari on Instagram says, looks like swan. It does look like a swan. I can see why you think that, but I'm pretty sure it's a goose. Hello to Mexico. Hello to Mexico. Bangladesh. Another for Bangladesh. 2 from Bangladesh. How are you, my teacher? I am doing well today. I'm a little tired because last night, Saturday night, we had some friends and family come to our house and we played a bunch of games and it was so much fun. I love having game night. I like to play games in general, as you can see with playing vocabulary games. So we had a great time, but of course I stayed awake probably longer than I should have. So, but it was a great time and I enjoyed it. And I'm very happy to be here now. Hello to Poland. Poland. 1 for Poland. Iran. Wow, we have a lot of countries today. Fantastic. Oh, Hong Kong. Wow. Game night. Amazing. Yes. So much fun. I really enjoy game nights. I love it. Usually we have game nights every Saturday night, but we haven't been able to have them recently. So it was nice to finally have a game night after so long not having a game night. So I see on Instagram, grammar and past tense. I don't understand. Verb tenses are definitely one of the more difficult things about English because we have so many verb tenses. But luckily, we mostly use a small amount of the verb tenses. So if you are overwhelmed, I understand. Sometimes I'm so tired to learn English. What can I do? Rest. Take a break. I always say learn a little every day. However, it is important to rest. It is important to take breaks. So do what you can, do your best, but if you need to rest, do it. That's really important. So if you are tired of learning English, take a break. Hello to Indonesia. 2 from Indonesia. What do you mean late at night? So for me, on Saturday nights, late for me is midnight, 12 a.m. So I went to bed around midnight. For me, that's late. Which country are you from, teacher? I am from America. I'm from the USA. I live in Florida. And my map is over there now. Usually I can show you my map, but I don't have my map available. Hello to Turkey. Hello to Brazil, Ukraine, Sri Lanka. Amazing. Are you all ready to learn some vocabulary? I hope that you are ready to learn some new words. Oh, 4 for Brazil. My goodness. Ukraine, Sri Lanka. Oh my gosh, so many different countries today. Amazing. Your pronunciation and voice level are very calm. I explored lately your channel and addicted. Oh my gosh, addicted? Well, thank you. I'm so glad you enjoy my channel, that you enjoy my videos. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Thank you. Pitt says, I have a Cuban friend who lives in Florida. I definitely believe it. There are a lot of people from different countries here in South Florida, probably because people like the weather. It's very warm and sunny in Florida. So, yeah. Also, Spanish is very common to hear here. Ari on Instagram says, it's been 2 weeks, but should I rest again? Yeah, take all the rest you need. I have been taking a break from Spanish for like 2 months. And when I learned French, I took breaks for sometimes a month or 2. So take a break if you need it. Oh, hello to India. Hello to India on Instagram. Hello, hello. Oh, another from Iraq. Fantastic. Hello, hello. 2 from Iraq. Oh, hello to Russia. Oh, St. Petersburg. I have one of my students is from St. Petersburg. I love going to America. Where do you like visiting in America? America is a big country. So where do you like to go? I can't watch this live now because I have an exam, the final exam in my school. So I will see this later. Well, good luck. Good luck on your exam. You got this. You can do it. Good luck. Hello to France. Oh, I recognize your name. Thank you for coming back to say hello. Hello to France. Tell us about your city, please. So, my city is a little bit outside of the big city. I live about an hour away from Miami. And I don't think there's really anything interesting about my area. It's very residential, meaning there are lots of people who live here. There's not a lot of big buildings and businesses. It's designed for people to live their daily, everyday life. So it's not super interesting, to be honest. Hello to Pakistan. Hello. But I want to hear about your city if you want to share. In my city, it's raining cats and dogs. Oh my gosh, great expression. Raining cats and dogs. If that is a new expression to you, raining cats and dogs means that it is raining a lot. Oh my goodness. It was raining cats and dogs here in my city a few days ago. It was a problem. We have a lot of issues with flooding in my area. The rain just doesn't have anywhere to go. So we often have problems with flooding, unfortunately. Oh, hello to Ukraine. And hello to Russia. Do you know some Russian words? I know like 5 random words in Russian that my dad taught me because my dad studied Russian in university, not for very long. I think maybe 1 or 2 semesters. I know yes, no, please, thank you, and what. So, да, нет, пожалуйста, спасибо, что. I think that's right. That's all I know. That's all I know. Oh, hello to Bangladesh. 3 for Bangladesh. Hello to Spain. Amazing. We are going to start soon. So I hope you have something to take notes because we are going to learn some new vocabulary using a game. Thank you so much for the clarification. You're welcome. My city is famous for the gardens. Gardens of, is it said guavas, maybe? That's cool. Your city is famous for gardens? That's amazing. That's really cool. Hello to Brazil. We have 5 from Brazil. 5 for Brazil. Oh, in Arabic? Like that's your final exam is in Arabic? Or what do I know in Arabic? Okay, Pitt says, where's NASA's spacecraft launch pad? So all the NASA stuff is about 3 hours north of me. So the whole like Kennedy Space Center, Cape Canaveral, all of that's several hours north of me. So what is the weather in your city now? So there should be around here. That's the weather and temperature for me. So it's about 28, 29. So, and sunny. So, hello to Morocco. Peru. Are you of Russian origin? I am not. All of my family probably comes from England and Wales, the UK, probably. My family has been in Kentucky for hundreds of years. So probably originally we came from the UK many generations ago. So let me write down Morocco and Peru, and then we are going to get started. Oh, that's a great expression. Let's get ready to rumble. Yes, that's a great expression. Fantastic. Oh, Italy. Very nice. A lot of people from Italy came here last time. So on Instagram, there's a question. Miss Jean, what are different idioms or slang? You can find almost 200 different expressions on my Instagram, on my YouTube, and on my TikTok. So there's a lot you can learn there. So also, hello to Bangladesh. 4 from Bangladesh. Ali says, are you, I think you mean married. How old are you? I am married. And I am going to be 31 in about a month. So my birthday is next month. I will be 31. So another from Bangladesh. Amazing. 5 from Brazil, 5 from Bangladesh. Fantastic. All right. I see there are some more questions, but I do want to start our game so we can learn some new vocabulary. Hello to Turkey. 3 from Turkey. I like your teaching style. From another from Bangladesh. Amazing. 6 from Bangladesh. Fantastic. There was a light shower yesterday in my city. A drizzling. Good words. Very good vocabulary there. A light shower. A drizzling. Do you have a plan for speaking course on any platform or your own website? Your pronunciation is excellent for foreign people. Thank you. I would like to make a course one day, but that is not something I'm currently working on. But thank you for your question. I live in a kind of rural area here in Brazil. It's really refreshing. Nice. That's great. I also prefer to be away from the city. Also, that's a difficult word for me to say. Rural. That's a hard word. Rural. That's a hard word. What was your favorite subject at school or college? My best subject was always English literature. That's what I studied in college. And then I also got a master's degree in writing. So that was my best subject. I wish that I studied languages though. So, all right, let's go ahead. And, I think on Instagram, I think that's the Mexican flag, I believe. Hello to Mexico. I believe it's really small. I believe that's the Mexican flag. But hello to Mexico. All right, we are going to rock and roll. Let's do this. Let's switch over to our game. If you are new here, this game is called Connections. And Connections is all about finding 4 words that connect together. So there are 16 words. So we are looking for 4 groups of 4 words. And these words can connect by the meaning, or because there is something inside the words themselves. So this game is great for growing vocabulary because the meanings rely on having multiple meanings of words. The connections rely on having multiple meanings of words. So this game will help you learn not just one meaning of a word, but there might be a meaning that you didn't know. Maybe you know one meaning of a word, but you might not know there are 2 or 3 meanings to a word. So I recommend getting some paper, getting a pen, and taking notes so you can practice later or review later. So let's take a look. I'm first going to read these words, and if you want to practice your shadowing, your pronunciation, I'm going to pause after each word. So I recommend you also say the word, okay, after I do. This will help your pronunciation. So here we go. Double, helix, snail, king. I say this word conch. I think there might be multiple pronunciations of this word. I say conch. Queen, twin, rook, electronic, junk, ace, ringer, jack, lobe, clone, chain. So those are our 16 words. I hope that you practiced your pronunciation. So the first thing I like to do is look for pairs. So 2 words that connect somehow. Because usually when I can find 2, then maybe I can find 3 and then 4. So, all right. The first connection I saw when I was reading it. King and queen. King and queen. So a king and a queen are rulers. If your country has a king or a queen, then your country has a monarchy. So, for example, in England, there is still a king or a queen. Right now, there is a king in England. But also, if you like to play cards, if you like to play card games, maybe you see this connection. We also have kings and queens in cards. So let me show you. So these are called face cards. Here we go. So these are called face cards. Let me see if it shows up properly. There we go. So here we have a king and a queen. We also have a jack. And then the highest or lowest card in the game, in most games, is the ace. So, yes, Miranda in chat, yes, ace. So we have ace and jack. These 4 connect. My guess is the category is types of cards or maybe highest ranking cards. So let's see. Let's submit. Playing cards. So, I don't have my confetti. Oh, man. I don't have my confetti today. I still didn't set it up, but we got our first connection, playing cards. So, if you like to play cards, then maybe you already saw this connection. So, over on Instagram, we have some guesses. helix, rook, conch, lobe. So let's write that down in our notes. Helix, rook, conch, lobe. I'm curious why you think those connect. What connection do you see? Let's take a look at our notes. Any other guesses? Any other guesses? I see double, clone, twins. I see a good connection forming there. Fantastic. So let's take a look at this guess here. Helix, rook, conch, lobe. I think I see a potential connection here. So a helix is something that spirals. It can specifically be a type of piercing, but it can also be like this, a double spiral. Or I think it can also be any type of spiral. So this is a helix. So DNA, for example, DNA is a double helix. It has two spirals. So helix, rook. Now, the meanings of rook. Rook can be a chess piece, like this. Rook can be a chess piece, so you can see it here. These are the rooks, if you like to play chess. These are the rooks. A rook can also be a type of bird, I believe. Yeah, it can also be a type of bird. A rook. There's also a card game called Rook. So there's multiple meanings to rook, but I don't think any of them are connected with spirals. Now, let me check chat here. So we have twin, double, clone, and helix is a guess. Clone, twin, double, chain. So many guesses for double, clone, twins. I think those three definitely connect. Conch, snail, helix. Clone and snail. Helix, conch, snail, rook. Conch and lobe. Hello to Japan. And hello to India. Let's look at conch. Conch, I believe, is a type of shell. Let's take a look. Yeah, this is a conch shell. I hope I'm pronouncing it the way everyone else pronounces it. I pronounce it conch. So these are those beautiful shells you can see on some beaches. So these do spiral like a helix. I don't know if it connects to rook. Now with lobe. Lobe can be, someone said in chat, lobe, this part of your ear, specifically this part, this fleshy bit. This part is your earlobe. That's your earlobe. So I don't know if lobe has additional meanings. We might have to look at the dictionary to know for sure. Keyword says, oh, hello, keyword again. Thank you for returning. Conch and snail together for sure then. So conch has that, is a type of shell. So those can connect. Conch, central deep part of the ear. So Jenny, you're talking about like the cochlear part of the ear, the spiraling part in your inner ear. I like how you're thinking. Some more guesses. Lobe, double, clone, twin. Helix, double, clone, twins. What have you put on your eyes? Are you talking about my eyeshadow? I do have some pink eyeshadow on today. So let's take a look at Instagram. These are piercings. I have all of them. Really? Helix, rook, conch, and lobe are all types of piercings? Really? Because when we looked at helix, the first thing that appeared was the piercing. So let's take a look at this. Let's see if it shows up so that everyone can see it. Helix, lobe. I have 2 lobe piercings myself. Let's check this because I've never heard of rook as a piercing. Let's have a look. Oh, this part of the ear? Really? And then lobe, we know. What about conch? Hang on. Let's take a look at this. It's this part? Oh my goodness, really? Wow, that's so cool. So these are all types of piercings? Oh my goodness. That is new to me. Well, thank you. On Instagram. Is your name said Samaya? That's amazing. You taught me something new today. Let's connect these and see what we get. Rook and helix. Ear piercing sites. Oh my gosh. That's so cool. Are you guys surprised? I'm surprised. Wow. Ear piercing sites. Okay. So sites meaning like places, placements. So conch, helix, lobe, rook. Amazing. Wow. Thank you so much on Instagram. Thank you so much. That was amazing. So cool. You taught me something new today. Definitely taught me something new. So let's go back to our words. Ear piercing sites. Okay. Wow. Very cool. That's why I like this game. Like, I learn new things from this game. So, all right. Now we have 2 more groups. 2 more groups. There were many guesses about double, twin, clone. So there was some differences about the 4th word. Now that I see all the words, I think the fourth word is ringer. Now, let me explain why. So, double means two. Clone means exactly the same. Double can also be double can also be like a movie star, an actor can have a double, meaning a stunt double, someone who takes their place because something is dangerous, a fight scene maybe is dangerous, or something like that. We call them a double. A clone is something that is exactly the same as the original. Twin, they're not exactly the same person, but they look like the same person. So if you are a twin, if you have a twin, let me know because it's not very common. And then ringer. The reason I think it's ringer is because we have an expression or a phrase, a dead ringer. A dead ringer means someone who looks exactly like someone else, like a doppelganger. So a dead ringer, we can say like, oh, you're a dead ringer for a famous person, meaning you look just like or exactly like that famous person. So a dead ringer. So let's take a look in chat. Ringer. Keyword says, I think the fourth one could be chain because it has the same repeated parts linked together. That's a decent argument. I see why you think that. It has the same repeated parts linked together. They're all copies of each other. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you. So, I think let's go back to our game. Because we have this phrase, dead ringer, and it's specifically about looking exactly like someone else the way these are, let's try ringer first. And if I'm wrong, we'll try chain. Because I think that's also a good guess. Doppelganger. So doppelganger is a word we use in English, even though it is a German word. So doppelganger means like exactly alike, specifically someone who looks exactly like someone else. So that means that these four go together somehow. I think I see the connection, actually. I think I know why. Are there any guesses about what connects these four words? We know they are connected. We just don't know how. Any guesses? I have a guess. And I'm going to write mine down. Okay, put your guesses in the chat, and then we're going to see. I remember Doppelganger from How I Met Your Mother. That's great. That's a great association that will always help you remember it. Fantastic. So, any guesses? Oh, and hello to Brazil. Recycle. Oh, recycle? Things that can be recycled? Ooh, that's an interesting idea. Snail. Electronic and junk are types of music. True. But snail and chain, Oh, thank you. Hello to Brazil. I really enjoy your videos. Thank you so much. Jenny, concepts of mail. Yes, that's what I think. That's what I think. I wrote mine here. Words that go with mail. That's what I think this final category is. So the reason is we have snail, we have electronic, junk, and chain. So snail mail is what we call when you send something through the postal service. So for example, if you write a letter, like hand write a letter, and you fold it up and put it in an envelope and put a stamp on it and put it in your mailbox and send it to someone, that's called snail mail. It's a phrase we use with that or for that process. So sending something, we'll say via the postal service. The reason we call it snail mail is because it usually takes so long, like multiple days, sometimes weeks, to send something via the postal service. So we call it snail mail. Electronic, if you think about electronic mail, this is the root of email. This is where we get the word email from, is electronic mail. So junk mail is what we call typically things you get in your mailbox, your physical mailbox. And junk mail is like, advertisements and things that you don't need. They're not necessary. They're just annoying to get and deal with. Usually you throw it out. So junk mail is mail, I would say typically received via postal service. So physically in your mailbox. Junk mail can also be for email. So having a junk folder, junk mail, it also works for emails. But I think we also use the word spam for emails more often than junk. So junk in general is a word that means something that is cheap and you don't want. We call it junk. It's not very good. So mail you don't want, it's not useful. Of course, there's mail that you don't want, but we wouldn't call it junk mail. It's specifically mail that is usually advertisements. And then chain mail. So there might be two things here. Chain mail can be, in the electronic sense, a chain email is when you send a message, the same message over and over again to many people, and people continue to send that email. Chain mail was very common in like the 90s and early 2000s before social media. That purpose of sending things to many people over and over and over again, now social media does that. So electronically, sending an email to many people who send it to more people, etc., etc., etc. So chainmail can also be a type of medieval armor. So I think it might be one word. No, it's two words. Okay. This is chainmail, the physical chainmail. So could be either, but in any case, these two words do often go together. So let's see if we are correct. Keyword says, true, definitely male. First time hearing of snail mail. It's becoming less common, right? We do so many things online. We don't need snail mail so often. Pitt says, am I to understand that snail mail equals a handwritten letter? Snail mail is anything that goes through the postal service. So it doesn't have to be a handwritten letter, but I would say that a handwritten letter is most often what you send through snail mail, or when we use that phrase, I should say. Junk is the eliminated email. Exactly. Spam. Exactly. Yep. Chain viral message. Yes, Jenny. Exactly. Exactly. There are many kinds of mails, right? See, this is why we play this game. So let's see if we're right. Let's see. Prepare some confetti. Blank mail. Fantastic. We did it. We did it. Yay. So amazing. Well done. You guys did great. I am so, so happy with all of your help in the chat. And thank you to, is it pronounced Sime? Perhaps? On Instagram. Thank you. Thank you. That was an amazing catch with the ear piercings. Amazing. So thank you all so much for coming. I'm so glad we had this game. There are also some other games I would like to play, games that are about more daily, everyday topics. So I'm going to create a poll on my YouTube channel in the community tab about these games. So you can vote, you can choose which one sounds the most interesting to you, and then I will play that game next time as well. So I think this game is very, very useful, but I also think there are other games about real life that can also expand your vocabulary. So I want to explore a variety of games. So thank you all so much for coming. I hope you learned something new. If you learned something new, please let me know in the chat. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for being here. I love seeing familiar names in the chat. I love it. Thank you so much for returning and for coming back. I love it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hello to Greece. Hello. So next stream will be on Friday around this same time. Okay. So have a wonderful, wonderful week. I hope that you have a great time studying English, practicing English, learning English. And I will see you all on Friday. Okay? So take care and see you Friday. All right. Bye, guys. Bye-bye.